Hi everyone, I'm Alvin, a gacha addict, and today I'm going to take you on a journey through my gacha addiction. When I first got into Star Wars, I discovered EA's game, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, set in a cantina in a distant corner of the galaxy. It features holographic battles with iconic characters from Star Wars. I loved collecting clone troopers like Fives and Rex, but I soon got bored. I was only 8 years old at the time, so my attention span was short and the repetitiveness of the game didn't help. Little did I know that this was just the beginning of my gacha journey, filled with tears, frustrations, and a lot of screaming. For those who may not be familiar, gacha games are a type of mobile game that involves collecting characters or items through a randomized lottery system. Some well-known gacha games include Fate Grand Order, Genshin Impact, and Blue Archive. My second encounter with gacha games was through Konosuba Fantastic Days, introduced by my friend. I played until the second anniversary, collecting most of the Megumin characters except the 5-star normal Megumin, which some of my friends managed to get. I was a bit envious at the time, but despite the bland gameplay, I enjoyed the Overlord and Danmachi collabs, which were actually the 4th and 6th anime I watched. However, server differences and delayed events led me to eventually deleting the game. I was partially disappointed when I missed the ReZero event and realized that the NA server didn't release the collab events as soon as they were announced on the JP server. There was also at one point where I started playing Vanguard Zero, but up until the Vanguard G update, I got bored and stopped playing too. I didn't play any games until Secondary 4, that's 10th grade for you Americans. After a major exam, my friends introduced me to Fate Grand Order. One of my friends explained it to me in a way that piqued my interest. You know Leonardo da Vinci? Well, in this game, he is a she. That conversation led me to watching the entire Fate series with its many spin-offs and movies. But we can talk about that in another video. My love for Fate Grand Order grew gradually, much like my appreciation for the Fate series. I watched clips of Mordred and Astolfo, so I knew what I wanted. Over time, I grew to liking many other characters. Last year in April, I discovered Blue Archive, a gacha game with fascinating characters like Koyoko and Shiroko. The world of Blue Archive and its concept with girls with guns was interesting. Despite technical issues with my iPhone, a new Huawei phone from my grandfather saved my account, and I may or may not have downloaded 3 more gacha games in the process. I love gacha games, especially the anime-inspired ones, because they allow me to play as my favorite characters from various series. For example, I can summon Delta from Eminence in Shadow, Ryu from Danmachi, and Rimuru from Tensura. The excitement of seeing these characters come to life in the game is unparalleled. It's like having a piece of my favorite anime in my pocket, ready to be played anytime. One of the most thrilling aspects of gacha games is the collab events. These events bring characters from different series together, creating unique and interesting interactions. For instance, seeing characters from Overlord and Danmachi interacting with the main characters in Konosuba Fantastic Days was a fun experience. These events often come with exclusive costumes and designs, making them even more memorable. It's like a crossover episode of my favorite shows, but in game form. Another thing that I love is the thrill of summoning. There's nothing quite like the anticipation of a summon, hoping to get that one character that you've been eyeing. The moment when the character you want appears on the screen is exhilarating. It's a roller coaster of emotions, from the excitement of a successful summon to the disappointment of not getting the character you wanted. This thrill keeps me coming back for more, even if it means spending my hard-earned in-game currency and watching it disappear in minutes. While gacha games have their exciting moments, they also come with their fair share of frustrations. One of the biggest issues is a constant grind for material. To progress in the game, you need specific materials that can only be obtained in certain parts of the game. This means you have to repeatedly clear the same levels to gather the necessary resources. It can become tedious and time-consuming, especially when you need a large quantity of materials. This is a problem specifically for Fate Grand Order. It lacks skip tickets. Skip tickets allow players to bypass the grind by instantly completing levels they have already cleared. Without them, you have to manually play through each level, which can be incredibly time-consuming. During events, this becomes even more frustrating as you need to grind multiple times a day to get the minimum amount of materials required. Spending an hour on a single level 3 times a day is not my idea of fun. Another issue is the long update times and data requirements. Gacha games often have large updates, especially when new events or characters are introduced. These updates can take a long time to download and install, which can be frustrating when you're eager to play. Additionally, the large data requirements can be a problem if you have limited storage space on your device. There have been times when I have had to delete other apps or photos just to make room for a gacha game to update. If you just downloaded a gacha game or thinking about starting, here are some tips to help make the most of your gacha game experience. Number 1. Save your in-game currency. It's tempting to spend your currency as soon as you get it, but saving it for special events or banners can increase your chances of getting the characters you really want. Plan ahead and set goals for which characters or items you want to summon. By saving and being patient, you can maximize your chances of success. Number 2. Manage your resources wisely. In addition to saving currency, it's important to manage other in-game resources like materials, energy, and tickets. Prioritizing upgrading characters and items that will have the most impact on your gameplay. Avoid wasting resources on characters or items that you won't use frequently. Number 3. Set limits and take breaks. Gacha games can be addictive, so it's important to set limits on your playtime and spending. Decide in advance how much time and money you're willing to invest in the game, and sticking to those limits. Taking breaks can also help to prevent burnout and keep the game enjoyable. Number 4. Learn to control your impulses. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of summoning, but try to control your impulses instead of rolling every week. Save your currency for every month or every 3 months. This way, you will have a better chance of getting the characters you want when a special banner or event comes around. Gacha games have their ups and downs, but they can be incredibly rewarding and fun. Balance the positives and negatives to enjoy the experience. I'd love to hear your gacha stories and your opinions in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification for more content. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!